Ryan Carter was one of the richest men in America. A self-made billionaire, founder of Carter Tech Industries, and known across the country for his empire built on innovation and grit. But behind the towering glass buildings and the roaring private jets, Ryan's heart carried a hollow space, left by the tragic death of his wife, Olivia, 3 years ago. Since then, his world had shrunk to one precious thing, his 6-year-old daughter, Lily. Lily was everything to Ryan. He had tried to fill her life with toys, nannies, therapists, and the best international schools. But nothing brought back the twinkle in her eyes. Nothing replaced the warmth she had lost. She rarely smiled, didn't play with other kids, and barely spoke at all. Her world was filled with silence, and Ryan felt helpless every time he saw her holding a picture of her mother, whispering stories to it like it could still listen. One rainy Saturday, Ryan made a rare decision, to take Lily out himself. No bodyguards, no assistants. Just the two of them. He wanted to be her dad, not her provider. They drove to a small, colorful café near Central Park. It wasn't the sort of place billionaires went, but Ryan had read it was children-friendly, full of cheerful decor, and warm vibes. Maybe, he thought, a change of scene could bring a little light to his daughter's dim world. And that's where Lily met Emma. Emma Collins was 26, working double shifts as a waitress to pay off college loans and take care of her sick mother. She didn't have much in life, no car, no luxuries, but what she did have was a heart full of kindness, and a smile that came from the soul. She noticed Lily before anyone else did. A quiet girl in a bright yellow coat, holding her father's hand but looking like she'd rather disappear into the floor. Emma knelt beside the table with a gentle voice. "Hi there, princess," she said softly. "Would you like some rainbow pancakes or maybe a magical hot cocoa that brings smiles?" For the first time in weeks, Lily looked up at someone, and smiled. Just a little. But it was real. Ryan, who had been scrolling through his phone, looked up, startled. He watched, frozen, as Emma talked to Lily about unicorn sprinkles and chocolate castles. His daughter was responding. Not just with words, but with laughter. Her eyes glimmered. Her cheeks lit up. It was like watching spring return to a dead tree. Ryan stared at Emma, not because of her looks, but because of the effect she had. He was a man who'd bought happiness in every form, but this woman had given his daughter joy without asking for a single thing. From that day on, Lily wanted to go to the cafe every weekend. Ryan, intrigued and thankful, made it a routine. At first, Emma thought they were just another rich family with issues. But week by week, she noticed something in Ryan's eyes. Grief buried deep, and love struggling to find air. Despite his power, he seemed broken. Emma didn't know why, but she felt pulled toward them. She began saving Lily's favorite table. Sometimes she drew pictures for her. She even gave Ryan a warm smile on occasion, though he always looked away quickly, as if embarrassed to show emotion. One afternoon, after Lily had fallen asleep on the booth's cushion, Ryan asked Emma, "How do you do it?" "Do what?" she asked, surprised. "Make her laugh," he said, eyes low. "I've tried everything." Emma hesitated. "Maybe, because I don't try. I just see her. And maybe that's what she needs, to be seen." That night, Ryan couldn't sleep. Her words echoed in his mind. He had built empires, but this waitress had built a bridge to his daughter's heart. As weeks turned into months, Ryan found himself looking forward to the cafe visits almost as much as Lily did. He began opening up to Emma. Just small things, Olivia's name. The silence at home. Lily's nightmares. Emma listened. That's all. And that was everything. And then came the turning point. One evening, after a long walk in the park, Ryan asked Emma if she'd consider coming to their home as a part-time tutor for Lily. It wasn't about qualifications. It was about connection. Emma was stunned. But I'm just a waitress, she said. No, Ryan replied. You're the only person who's ever made my daughter feel whole again. Word spread fast. Media snapped photos. Billionaire hires waitress for daughter, romance rumors spark. Emma became a target. Friends warned her. Netizens mocked her. Even Ryan's board members questioned his judgment. But Lily? Lily bloomed. She danced again. She slept peacefully. She called Emma her sunshine lady. And Ryan? He finally saw what money could never buy, soul. And Emma had it. It happened on Lily's 7th birthday. Ryan stood up in front of close friends, executives, and family at a small garden party. He turned to Emma, who stood near the cake, wiping frosting off Lily's nose. He walked to her, pulled out a tiny velvet box, and said, in a voice choked with emotion. I have everything. But I'm not complete. You didn't just save my daughter, you saved me. Will you be part of our forever? Gasps. Cameras. Headlines. But Emma saw none of that. All she saw was Lily's hopeful eyes, and Ryan's trembling hands. She said yes. Today, years later, the world still talks about the billionaire and the waitress. Some call it a fairy tale. Some call it crazy. But those who know them say this. Lily grew up with love, laughter, and stories she wrote in journals, about a magical woman who turned rainy days into sunshine. Ryan, now less focused on boardrooms and more on bedtime stories, tells people he found the greatest wealth not in business, but in belonging. And Emma? She says she never expected to marry a billionaire. She just wanted to make a sad little girl smile. Turns out, that was all it took to change 3 lives forever.